How long have you been awake?
30 years.
They collected us first.
We're livestock.
In 1977, the Voyager 1 space probe captured the first photograph of the Earth and Moon together, taken from 1.6 million miles away. 2 years later, in 1979, it flew past Io, one of Jupiter's moons, and revealed that its surface was alive with volcanic eruptions. By 1980, Voyager 1 had passed Saturn, and in 2012, it made history by leaving our solar system and entering interstellar space. While these discoveries unfolded in the cosmos, far away on Earth, a group of American soldiers was fighting for survival in a dangerous war zone. As the team moved cautiously through the area, two enemies tried to ambush them. The soldiers reacted quickly, taking them down before pressing forward. Explosions echoed in the distance, but the unit advanced, killing any opponent who stood in their way. They climbed a staircase, where their snipers positioned themselves on a balcony to fire from above, while the rest of the squad searched room by room, leaving no enemy alive. Once the building was clear, they returned to the street, watching fighter jets roar overhead as they pushed deeper into the hostile town. But around the next corner, danger awaited. A heavily armed squad was already in position, ready for them. Gunfire erupted, and although the Americans fought fiercely, the enemy's numbers were overwhelming. Forced to retreat, the team tried to pull back under fire. In the chaos, one soldier was shot, and Rhodey rushed to carry him. Despite his efforts to shield and protect him, the soldier's wound proved fatal. With more enemy fighters closing in, the team found themselves trapped at the end of the street. Desperate, they called for backup over the radio. Suddenly, the battlefield went silent as the sky darkened. A glowing red light cut through the clouds, revealing a massive machine hovering above. In one devastating strike, it wiped out the enemy squad. The light shifted to white, charging before unleashing a surge of energy that struck the American soldiers. In an instant, they were pulled into the machine. Inside, strange alien beings restrained them, running experiments as the soldiers slipped in and out of consciousness, haunted by flashes of their past lives. When they finally awoke, they found themselves trapped inside strange pods filled with liquid. Coughing and choking, they expelled it from their lungs as they stumbled free. Jax recognized it as stasis resin, though he couldn't explain how he knew that. The squad exchanged uneasy glances, unsure of their fate. At first, they suspected their captors might be Russian or Chinese, but the symbols carved into the machines told another story. These were not human markings, and they were no longer in the world they knew. Reyes discovers a plaque with their names and unit designations, but he has no idea why he recognizes it. Their guns are fully loaded, and the last thing any of them remember is the street shootout followed by the flash of lightning. Kelly, the leader, urges everyone to move before whoever brought them here returns. At the end of the corridor, they find a large circular door. The button doesn't work, so the soldiers force it open together. Another hallway leads them to a second door, but this one is bent out of shape and stuck. Rhodey notices a vent on the wall and tells Reyes to check it out. With a flashlight in his mouth, Reyes crawls inside and sees multiple paths. He follows the only one lit by a faint glow and eventually exits through another hatch. He calls the team over, and they also enter the vent. From this side, they can see the warp door clearly, scarred with burns and deep impact marks, as if something had tried desperately to break through. The maze-like design of the place makes Nash suspect they're inside a secret underwater prison. Strange noises echo around them, pushing the team to keep moving. In the next corridor, they spot a blood trail across the floor and a wall clamp showing signs of a power failure. This suggests the facility is shutting down, explaining why the machine released them in the first place. Soon they enter a foggy room, where a drop of blood falls on Reyes' face. Looking up, he sees bodies hanging upside down, headless. Kelly leads Gibbs and Reyes into the next room, where another mutilated body dangles above a strange table. There, they find a handcuffed woman named Robbie, who awakens and speaks in an unfamiliar language. The soldiers pull a lever to set her free. Suddenly, a monstrous alien appears and slashes Gibbs with its claws before hurling him across the room. Back in the previous chamber, Nash discovers a strange weapon. Hearing the chaos, he and the others rush to help. They open fire, but regular bullets bounce off the alien's armor. The creature knocks them down one by one. Kelly tries to shoot, but the alien disarms him and lifts him by the neck, studying him briefly before tossing him aside. As it turns to attack Jax, Nash passes the strange weapon to Rhodey, who finally manages to activate it. The blast staggers the alien. The soldiers think it's over, but the creature suddenly roars back to life. To their shock, Robbie takes the weapon, fires again, and kills it for good. She speaks in her language once more and leaves, with the group quickly following, mourning Gibbs, who has died. In the next corridor, Kelly surprises Robbie by responding in her tongue. Before they can speak further, another alien appears and opens fire with a laser weapon, striking Robbie. More of its kind soon join the fight. The soldiers grab Robbie and run as fast as they can while under heavy fire. A chase breaks out with gunfire exchanged on both sides. The soldiers manage to reach the next corridor and take cover. Spotting her chance, Robbie quickly pulls a lever to shut the door. Kelly wedges her knife between the frame to jam it, then orders Jax to follow Robbie and search for an escape route. The aliens slam against the door, and the soldiers retreat, realizing it won't hold for long. Jax and Robbie find an opening filled with tangled cables and crawl through until they reach a vent. Reyes tells the others to follow them but stays behind to buy time. When the door bursts open, Reyes shoots down the first alien, causing the door to slide shut again. But soon the creatures break through, forcing him to run toward the vent. Just as he climbs in, one alien grabs his leg and drags him back. Another monster peers into the vent, but Rhodey blasts its head off before it can strike. The team finally reaches another room by forcing their way through some metal beams. When they learn Reyes didn't make it, Nash panics, shouting about being trapped with aliens. Kelly calms him, then turns to Rhodey, questioning how he knows how to fire the alien's weapon. Rhodey admits he doesn't remember. Meanwhile, Jax tends to Robbie's wound, but she insists she's fine. Kelly translates her Russian words without realizing how he even understands the language. When he questions her, Robbie calls the men sleepers and confirms that the monsters are indeed aliens. She also explains they are trapped inside a spaceship. Finally, Robbie switches to English, telling the group they must find a safe place. Nash continues to lose control, and Rhodey has to threaten him to quiet down. Robbie steps in, reminding everyone they need to keep moving. Back with Reyes, the aliens torture and mutilate him, using a strange device to scan his memories. From what they discover, the leader alien retraces his steps and activates a gadget on its gauntlet at the damaged door. Elsewhere, Robbie explains that the scarred alien is their leader, commanding dozens of monsters. She warns them about motion sensors on the walls and reveals the alien's goal: to feed. When the team enters the next chamber, they find themselves standing on a bridge suspended over a vast abyss. All around them glow thousands of tiny lights. Jax looks closer and realizes they aren't lights at all, they are capsules, each holding a body inside. Robbie calls them sleepers and urges the group to keep moving. In the next corridor, they finally pause so Kelly can redo Robbie's bandage. The group talks about their past lives before the war. Kelly reveals that he is a divorced father, while Nash starts to question if the creatures are not aliens at all but demons, and if what they are facing could be part of the biblical rapture. Soon after, the team comes across a hangar filled with large containers. Robbie explains that these containers hold everything the aliens have stolen from Earth. Rhodey finds it strange that the creatures have not attacked yet and suspects they may be planning to trap them. Kelly agrees and decides they should fight, even when Robbie warns that it may be a mistake. Jax volunteers to act as bait. He steps into the hallway and begins singing, drawing the attention of the aliens. Once they follow his voice, Jax opens fire. After a few shots, he starts running, forcing the aliens to chase him while firing back with their laser weapons. Jax shoots occasionally, not causing much damage but keeping their focus on him. Eventually, he reaches the hangar and lures them inside. Nash takes a perfect shot from his sniper position, killing one instantly, and the rest of the team surrounds the enemies, finishing them off one by one. But the victory feels suspiciously easy. Robbie warns it might be a trap, and she is right. Another squad of aliens enters the hangar, this time carrying powerful shields that block every attack. Even Nash cannot land a single shot. The team is forced to run. Nash leaps across containers until he reunites with the others, but during the escape, Jax is struck in the back and killed instantly. Overcome with grief, Nash shouts and takes revenge by shooting the alien that killed his friend. The survivors flee into a corridor and take cover, firing back as long as they can. Robbie spots a handle and slams the hangar door shut. But more aliens are approaching from the other side, forcing the team to escape through a hatch. They slide down a tunnel and land in a pool filled with skeletons and rotting flesh. The stench is overwhelming, making some of them vomit. When Nash begins to panic, Kelly quickly silences him. Suddenly, a voice calls from above. Robbie looks up and is stunned to see her mother, Anya. She throws down a rope, and Robbie climbs up to embrace her. The soldiers follow, and Kelly notices Anya's Russian military uniform. Anya leads them carefully through the corridors, warning them to avoid the walls, until they reach another hatch. She guides them down into a basement and locks the door behind them. The walls are covered in strange artwork. As Kelly explains how his team woke up, Anya reveals the truth. The place they escaped from was a trophy room, and they only survived because of a machine malfunction. She admits she has lost track of time but believes she has been trapped for 20 to 30 years, long enough for Robbie to have been born on the ship. Anya explains what really happened. The aliens came after discovering Voyager 1, which carried a map meant to invite friendly species to Earth. These hostile creatures used it to invade instead. Their first step was to capture the world's greatest military strategists and connect their minds to alien machines, forcing them into endless war simulations. These war games allowed the aliens to learn human battle tactics and crush Earth in only a few weeks. The connection worked both ways, which is why the soldiers sometimes gained knowledge or abilities from the experience. Anya calls these unexpected skills gifts. The ship was carrying all the spoils of war back to the aliens' home planet. It was Robbie's father who had sabotaged the reactor, which caused the machines to fail. Anya usually never worked with soldiers in Cryo-Sleep, and that caution had kept her alive for years, but during the last sabotage mission, her entire team was killed. Now she needed the surviving soldiers' help. Anya had a rare gift: she could hear the aliens from far away and even understand their language. She knew they were trying to repair the communications relay. If they succeeded, they would call for reinforcements, and more aliens would come. The team couldn't let that happen. The soldiers took a short rest. Nash admitted that they might never make it home. Kelly looked at a photo of his daughter, realizing she would be around 40 years old if she had survived. Rhodey quietly thought of his own children. In the end, they all agreed to keep fighting, and with Anya's guidance, they began planning. They estimated about 24 aliens remained, and the communications center was on the top deck, where the enemy was strongest. The ventilation shafts could get them there, though the aliens would likely detect them quickly. Fortunately, Anya still had a stock of explosives. The group crawled through the vents. Rhodey and Kelly agreed to act as the distraction while Nash and the women planted the charges. Before they split, Anya handed Kelly a stolen alien gauntlet, which could generate a protective shield. Nash's team reached a balcony overlooking the main chamber, where several alien guards stood watch. Meanwhile, Kelly and Rhodey discovered a bloodstained sensor in the corridor. As they searched for another one, an alien received the alert on its gauntlet. To lure them in, Kelly shot at the sensor. The guards were summoned away, giving Nash's team the chance to start planting explosives. When Kelly and Rhodey heard footsteps, they hid and then ambushed 2 guards from behind. Reinforcements quickly arrived, forcing Kelly to activate the shield. Together with Rhodey, he fought back fiercely. One alien even grabbed its own comrade as cover and pushed forward, forcing the men to retreat. They escaped down another corridor, still under heavy fire. One alien checked its gauntlet and split the squad, sending half toward the main chamber. Anya immediately realized danger was coming. Kelly and Rhodey warned her as well, but the team had no way out. As Kelly rushed through a doorway, Rhodey sealed it behind him. He told Kelly to save the others while he stayed behind. With grim determination, Rhodey unleashed every shot from his laser rifle until it overheated, then switched to his regular gun. One alien caught him and slammed him against the wall. Using the last of his strength, Rhodey pulled 2 grenades. The explosion killed him along with the aliens surrounding him. Meanwhile, the other half of the alien squad reached the main chamber. The humans opened fire and managed to hold them off at first. But soon more aliens arrived, this time armed with shields. Realizing what must be done, Anya ordered her daughter Robbie to escape with Nash while she stayed behind. A massive alien targeted Anya, but before it could kill her, she pressed the detonator. The explosives tore through the chamber, destroying the communications relay and wiping out the alien forces inside. Nash dragged Robbie to safety but spotted more aliens closing in. To protect her, he hid her in a hatch and ran off shouting, drawing the enemy away. At a dead end, he sang the same song Jax once sang, then fought until the last bullet was spent. Though he thought about using his explosives, he decided to keep fighting, refusing to give up. When the gunfire finally fell silent, Robbie crawled out, only to come face to face with an alien. At the same time, Kelly stumbled into a room filled with imprisoned humans crying for help. Before he could react, an alien struck him from behind and knocked him out. In a dream, Kelly saw his daughter happy on Earth, until aliens suddenly appeared and took her away too. He woke up in a prison cell, with Robbie locked in the next one. Heartbroken, she told him the others hadn't survived. Moments later, aliens stormed in, seized Kelly by the neck, and dragged him through the corridors. They carried him to the strange table they had used before and hung him upside down. The alien raises its blade, ready to strike, but suddenly notices Nash hiding under the table. Without hesitation, Nash fires a single shot to the head, instantly killing the creature. Together, he and Kelly push through the corridor, taking down any alien that dares to get close. When they finally reach the prison cells, Kelly quickly unlocks them, freeing the captives. But more creatures close in fast, so Nash grabs a laser gun and unleashes a storm of fire, dropping enemy after enemy. Once the prisoners are safe, the soldiers slam the door shut and escape with Robbie. The aliens soon catch up, forcing the trio to duck behind a wall and return fire. Ammunition runs low, so Nash makes a desperate move. He throws his grenade belt while Kelly slams the door shut, shielding them from the massive blast. Exhausted but relieved, Nash leans against another door to celebrate their narrow victory, only to be struck suddenly by a hidden blade. The alien leader steps into the room. Kelly quickly orders Robbie to run before drawing the monster's attention to himself. He grabs a blade and faces the creature head-on. But the alien is stronger, overpowering Kelly with brutal strikes, slamming him into the ceiling, and hurling its weapon with deadly precision. Kelly barely dodges the attack. The alien then activates its shield, battering Kelly with crushing blows before reclaiming its sword. It charges forward in a final attack. Kelly waits for the perfect moment. Just as the beast crosses the doorway, he slams the door shut, trapping its body and ending the fight for good. Moments later, Kelly finds Ravi, who is too shaken to move. Gently, Kelly leads her forward. When they step outside, the truth hits them. Earth is no longer the world they once knew, but a barren wasteland. If you enjoyed this sci-fi movie recap, don't forget to subscribe to our channel for more videos like this. Thanks for watching.